love that picture.
Oh, I hate that picture.
I love it.
I think I look like an alien.
No, you look good.
You're so nice. Thank you. We're live now.
Oh.
Not that anybody's there yet. They're not.
Did I just say that live? You look good.
You did. That's okay. You'll be, you're forgiven. All is forgiven. Okay, then why don't I have it? We are live.
We have one person.
They're gonna run away now. Terrified. There we go.
Don't want to be the first one.
Don't worry. We don't know who you are. It's not like Instagram. This is totally anonymous. Streaming is bad. This happens every time. It tells me this every time. Stop streaming. It says stop. We are receiving video data at a fast we are not receiving video data at a fast enough rate. We'll see.
Interesting that.
I'm sorry. Are you guys
It's
not?
all about.
Is it bad? Hi, Annie.
Annie?
Can you see us okay? Is everything okay? Because on my end it says it's bad. Bad streaming.
So there's Annie and there's, well, there's 9 people now right away.
Let's not talk about the number.
14. Hi. Yay. Hello.
Okay, so
Annie's doing
you're
good.
supposed to look at your computer to see the
Well,
comments.
I can read the comments
Yeah.
on the
Oh,
screen.
okay. You're all good with that.
I'm back home.
I don't like doing that. Hi,
Funny
Owen.
because I spoke with my mom this morning. I said she said, "Are you?" I said, "Yeah, I'm home." Feel like saying here, this is home.
Oh, this is
Interesting,
your
huh?
home. That's so sweet.
Hello
I
from
love that.
Pakistan.
Wow.
I thought-
Owen just said hi. Hi, Owen. I did catch that.
I thought Boo Boo was in Canada. Where's Boo Boo?
I don't know.
Bouchard.
We are having a good day for sure. I just think that there might be some new people out there, and I just wanted to do a live and say hey to everybody. There's a lot of new subscribers, so they don't typically seem to come to my lives. I mean,
Andre, we're in California.
but welcome to anytime. Jen, you sound so much better than when I'm still in pain. My arm right now, I'm having pain radiating down, but I'm not gonna whine about it, but it's not feeling good right now. Yeah, we've got the Philippines.
Philippines.
New
Andre was from
Brunswick, Canada.
Nouveau Brunswick.
Mm-hmm.
Annie, my 9-year-old granddaughter, just got over the flu.
We're sorry.
Bulgaria, my God, that's far away.
Oh, I sounded sick? No, I'm not
Sounds
sick.
so far
I
away.
haven't been sick.
Where from in
Oh,
California,
I was
Catherine?
crying in that live. Sorry.
You were crying?
Yeah, I was crying about the Chris Watts stuff, so seriously, I had purpose. That would be Ryan. She knows I hung up on her, so she'll probably know not to call back. She's walking home in the rain right now with her friends.
Central Coast, California.
Niagara Falls.
I think we're in
Happy-
Central
Hey,
Coast
Happy.
also. That's where we are. Central Coast, no?
Yes, this is the Central Coast, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, this is the Central
HIV
Coast.
and AIDS are not the same.
They are not the same. No, they're not. They're not. HIV is the virus. AIDS is what happens after the virus takes over one's immune system. And then once your immune system is basically defeated by the virus, then these other opportunistic infections can come in. And then you have autoimmune disease, help me. Autoimmune disease syndrome. Yeah. And that's when you can get
We missed your comment, travel expert.
you can get pneumonia and a bunch of other stuff. So, but that's because you don't have an immune system that's functioning correctly. So, yeah. The Central Coast is beautiful. Yeah, I'm near Monterey, basically.
Somebody saw you were shot in a bank robbery.
I was shot in a bank robbery when I was 20. I robbed banks but didn't hurt people. Thank you for admitting that. So sorry that happened to you. It's okay. Yeah, it was a really weird thing.
That guy says he robbed banks.
I love that you just admitted that. I used to rob banks. Yeah, he robbed a bunch of banks. I was the only one that got shot. And everyone always says, why did he shoot you? I don't know. I was doing everything he asked, and then the gun went off. So I think it was just, the gun was just already locked and loaded. I don't know. I never knew. I never asked him, and he just told me to be calm, and I gave him the money after I was shot. And I've told that story a lot this week. It's weird. I don't know why it's come up a lot.
Robbery?
Yeah, the kids at school, some of them found out, and the lady I work with, that I've worked with for the last 6 weeks, had no idea. Somehow it came out because it just came up. with all the stuff on my YouTube channel, and she's like, "Wait, what? You have had AIDS and you've been shot? What the hell? How did I not know all this after working with you for 5 weeks?" So yeah, it happened a long time
Okay,
ago.
that girl that works with
Kate, yeah, she was like, "What the hell?" Owen's
this.
at his dad's. Yeah, no Owen right now. Just me and Eric. Joey's upstairs, and Ryan's walking home. So, if you pray, I don't really, but I always wish people well. Did you just move the balloon?
I just did the
Okay.
balloon.
Somebody said in my live the other night that we should be Jen and Eric and call ourselves JennEric. I thought that was so clever. Never had
We're
we ever
JennEric.
thought of that. JennEric. It's
JennEric.
really sweet.
Is that person there?
No, I don't know. I don't think so. I'll have to look at the live and see who that was. Travel expert says you're beautiful and you had me in tears with your
Sorry.
story. No, thank you. I've had a lot of that video is getting pushed by YouTube big time right now, and I'm getting a lot of new subscribers, and a lot of people are saying they're in tears, and that's really sweet. I made that video about 3 years ago, and it took me 4 months to put that all together. And I know it may look like a simple, like, throw it together, but every single sentence that comes in was done through, I can't remember the program I used, but I had to work with, like, timing on everything, and then the music coming in and the music fading out, and the proper pictures to use, and just how much to, like, tell of the story along the way, and make sure everything sort of, happened at the right time with the music. And I was a radio, TV, film major at San Jose State. Back in the day, we didn't have even computers back then, so we were doing everything on some really antiquated equipment, but I'd never made anything like that back then. But I really wanted to tell my story, and that was the best way I knew how. So yeah, I can't think of the program. It was like a Google presentations, I think, and then I like screenshot the whole thing and then uploaded it to YouTube to add the music to it. It was quite an endeavor. What did you want me to see?
Well, this guy says he 35 years ago. I think that's the bank robbery. Did 3 years on 10.
No, I don't know what that is.
That guy that says he was robbing bank.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, the guy robbed me 27 years ago and shot me 27 years ago. He just recently got out. He was see, we have 46 people, I told you. I have almost 30,000 subscribers, but nobody watches the lives. It's really weird. There's a little bit more.
I think there's a lot of people.
There it is. There's a JennEric.
I think, yeah.
Have
That's
you-
King Boulevard said in.
I don't think, no,
You
he
got the
didn't say it.
rights for
Somebody
this.
else said it.
Can I get HIV from masturbating?
Yes, you should not do that.
Don't do
Don't
it.
master. No, we're kidding. Of course not.
Is that Bobby?
The teller that testified at my trial said I was nice.
Come on,
Aw.
Andre. Like that's freaking. That's nah.
You never know. People.
You can do better.
Yeah, right?
Um,
There's E.C. Say. See, he
he's
knew we'd remember
ECC.
him.
I'm here.
I was robbed at gunpoint, Annie says, last June, and I'm a bank teller. Oh, shit. It seems like now I hope that you had some. Well, I guess you probably didn't if they had a gun, because at like the banks near us, they have like the really thick plastic. Well, at least one of them. There's nothing that could get through. It's like bulletproof. Bulletproof. There's a song. Let's see. Mary Mercury. I followed Ryan White. A classmate died from AIDS. Big fan of Freddie Mercury, and 2 cousins are HIV positive. Yeah, a lot of HIV in the world. Yeah, I spoke at it's not the Ryan White Foundation, it's the ADAP Drug Assistance Program, and I spoke there in Washington, D.C. last, I don't know, was it September? Yeah, and that was, it's related to the Ryan White Foundation. I'm still so confused about that. But anyways, I followed it too because he's my age, and I had that. I still have the People magazine. It's somewhere, but I saved certain People magazines through the years that were just important to me. And one of them was like U2, the Joshua Tree, the shuttle explosion, Baby Jessica that fell down the well, and Ryan White was one of them. And that was well before never ever in a million years did I think I'd have what he had. Let's see.
There's
Tell
a
me
lot of
about
comments.
being
We
shot.
can't read all the comments, by the way. We're sorry.
Trying, yeah. Janie Buckner. Yeah, I was shot in a bank robbery when I was 20. I was a teller. The man walked in and pulled his gun out. I didn't do anything to make him feel like he needed to shoot me, I started to do. We'd always been trained on what to do. No, you don't. No heroes. Don't hit the button for the police, because we do have the panic button, and because they don't want a hostage situation, and just do whatever they say. And so I was doing all of that, and he still shot me. So I don't know why, but it went through. My wrist right here went in here, out here. My hand was kind of like in this position. He was facing me from this way. And then it went in here, and
You never got an answer from him, right?
It went in right.
That's nice.
Thank you.
Love it.
Right there. And came out.
That's how you get views. She knows.
It's not. I show kids at school. I'm like, to me, like, that's still above. It's high enough.
I think I saw something.
No bulletproof
Maybe it's my
glass,
imagination. So yeah, that guy was nervous or something. He
Yeah, I
just
don't
shot
know.
without, like, because you were giving him everything he needed, and he
Yeah.
shot anyway.
Yeah.
He was like,
Yeah.
he was trigger happy.
I wanted to say before this live got too long, because people keep asking me about the recent story that came out about the man who was cured of HIV, and everybody keeps saying, do you know about this? And do you know if there's going to be a cure now? You're just not far away from a cure now. There's going to be a cure. I bet you're so excited. And it's funny, first of all, because I know a lot of other advocates keep getting the story from a million people. I've had so many people send it to me. It's funny because everybody that sends it to me says, did you have any idea? Did you know? Did you know? I'm like, yes, I know. I've seen the story many times. Thank you. So basically the thing is with the story, and it's got everybody all excited. I don't know why they weren't more clear in the article, but it's not a means to a cure. It's not a practical cure. This man had cancer. This is exactly what had happened to Timothy Ray Brown, who was the first man who was cured of HIV. It's not a cure for HIV. He basically had a bone marrow transplant. And so this isn't a way to like cure people of HIV. We're not going to go around taking bone marrow out of everybody's bones. Did you just say hi?
Somebody said hi, and I just said,
oh, that's so funny. I thought you were just adding to the chat.
because Canadians say hey
Right.
a lot.
It's not
Hey.
hey, it's a.
Hey,
No, there's no H. It's a.
hey,
A.
hey, hey.
A.
We always a.
It's just, they just say, you want a donut, A? Like
You want
that's
to
it.
know a hey? What do you
No,
think?
hey, not
No,
hey.
hey.
It just donut.
I'm not a true
A.
Canadian.
It's so funny when
Right.
you say a word in American that needs an H on it, you don't
I
put
don't.
it. You'll
I
say,
would
instead
do-
of saying he, you say E. You'll say, oh, E went over there. But then when I say it's A instead of hey, you still say hey. It's funny, you've got the H part turned
You
around.
got it all wrong.
But I won't
Never
hold that
get it.
against you.
Too old for this.
Okay, so what I wanted to explain is, it says, I'm reading from the article right now, it says, the odds are against most, says this Michael Dubé or Dubé. He's a AIDS clinic associate medical director, and he says from the Los Angeles County USC Medical Center physician and University of Southern California Keck School of Medicine professor, and wow, an HIV researcher, that's a mouthful. The stem cell transplants are only performed on cancer patients who would die without them. In addition, only 1% of white Europeans are genetically resistant to the type of HIV Brown and the London patient had. That rate drops to practically zero for other parts of the world and races. Finding a bone marrow match is nearly impossible. So I hope that clarifies to people that this is not a cure for HIV. These are two very rare incidences that happened, and we're very happy for them, obviously, but this is not what's going to happen to the masses. So we're still, I'm quite happy just taking my pill every day, and I'm not concerned about having my bone marrow sucked out and having to take a bunch of medication and chemicals that have to be pumped into your body for, cancer. I'm thankful that I don't have to go through all that. So I hope that answers that, because everybody thinks that this was going to be a cure. It's not.
Andre is like confused with AIDS. You can't get HIV from yourself.
No. He's
masturbating.
just being. I'm gonna hide him.
I think
He's just being.
he's being
just
silly,
yeah,
but Who has AIDS, and he had contacted me from his male partner who never told him he had AIDS until his partner passed away. I guess his partner's family told him to get checked. Kind of sad if you can't
Bohemian Rhapsody, JC. I should see
tell
if
your
Bruno Harvey
partner
watched
you're
it.
HIV positive and you give it to him. That's sad.
I missed all that. Somebody what?
Mama, just kill
Did
the
you
man.
love it, JC? Of course you had to. It's an awesome movie. Does HIV/AIDS make your skin or hands or feet peel? No, because I don't know. I mean, I guess it could if it's out of control, but mine's totally dormant and I'm undetectable because I take my pill every day. There's drug pressure on the virus in my body by taking the medication every 24 hours. The virus is undetectable in my body. Even the most sensitive tests can't find it. Doesn't mean I don't have it. It's still there, hidden and dormant, but it's not affecting me in any way that I seem to feel or notice or anything. But no, I don't have that. But I guess if it was out of control, yes, rashes are a common symptom of HIV if you're not being treated. So sure. Where is Eric from in Canada?
I answered it already
Oh, you
because
did?
I'm chatting also. Like, oui,
Thank you,
oui.
Michelle.
Nikki de Montréal. We're gonna have nice weather soon in Montreal. That's only when I come back.
Say more in French.
Tell me when it's nice. I'll be back.
How often does Eric get to come to visit you? Well, this is sort of the end of his trip. He recently went back for a week, and then he came back now for I don't even know when you're going back.
I'm looking at the snow, and as soon as the snow is melted, I can go back and start working.
Yeah. So his company works outside, so when it's snowing, there's no work. They take a break, and he comes here, and then when it's melted, he's back there, and then we go back and forth. Although he usually comes here more than I go there, because it's harder for me with the kids and stuff.
I did listen to the first two.
Yay, Kevin, I see that.
The first two, what do you call, like the first 2 hours of the confession, and I really liked it, but I didn't have enough time, and Jennifer was talking about it, so I just didn't go through like 4 or 5 hours. I can't
long.
do that.
It's long.
And I was in Montreal for a week, so I didn't have time.
Yeah.
But eventually, it's so interesting.
Mm-hmm. It is. I was reading about sociopaths are born, they say. So he's born with this. Being a sociopath. Or are they
Chris
born
Watts?
with it? Maybe I screwed that
Chris
up. Maybe
Watts
it
is
was-
the most
no, they
important,
aren't
like
born
the
with
most
it.
interesting person right now for the investigators, because they feel like it's just a random thing that happened to him. He's a perfectly normal person that randomly decided to kill his family without. There was nothing that was coming to that.
Leading up to it.
There was a lot of problems he was facing, but it doesn't. Well, nobody deserves to die, and nobody would do that. Just why did he do it?
I know.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't.
No, doesn't make sense.
So
I know.
people, they want explanation because I think they figure like might be like kind of the new thing that might start happening. People doing random stuff out of nowhere.
Mandy says
Yeah.
it's draining. She's still in shock. I still keep having like flashbacks just thinking about the girls in the truck and the fact that Bella like watched her sister die for one thing and then be carried up. We don't know what she saw, if she saw him walk upstairs and be put. We don't know if she saw her being put in the well, but of course my imagination says she does now because the worst has already been told. It's like, oh, it couldn't get any worse. Of course, sure it could, because yeah, this has already gotten so much worse. So then I imagine her going through that and like wondering what must be going through her little head. And then you keep going through your head going, this really happened? This really happened.
It did.
This he really did it. It's it's unreal.
Somebody said that Tammy giggling all the time, like it's true, like the
I
whole
wrote
time
down
you're
something about.
she's
Okay,
all like,
so I have,
she's friends with it, or even flirting somehow.
I have a theory on this. So he's gained so much fame in a way.
That she feels like she was this famous person.
I think she feels like
Oh,
she's
yeah.
now, like she's a little starstruck. I
There's-
do. And not only that, she and Graham are the two people that are in this position to speak to him. It's like go time. Like they know that this audio is going to be so sought
Interesting.
out
Yeah, I
and
never saw it
listened
that
to
way.
and picked apart.
Huh.
And so they kind of have this power. Like it's probably kind of a little bit exciting to them, and they know. Of course, they never mentioned YouTube one time during this interview, but I kind of was hoping that they would say
But
that
it's
they.
obvious that they were like the investigators. Even well, Chris was aware of it, but they probably like saw all the
Thank you,
footage
Kevin. So sweet.
on YouTube.
I wondered if they were going to mention the Shadow, the armchair detective, or give him any credit. You know, really, truly, I think that's how they found out. I mean, come on, they did not know that before he put that out. So I do wonder about that. And then, yeah, I think she was a little nervous. Like she's with the star. I hate to say it, but I think that's kind of how. I mean, unfortunately, that's what happens with high-profile cases. These men become celebrities in a way, and she's the one that gets to talk to them. So, I don't know, and it just could be part of her trying to keep keep the mood like real mellow and light, and that way he would, speak comfortably and share as much as.
Yeah, it was
As he
super
would.
comfortable.
Very,
Mhm.
yeah, cozy, almost. If you listen to some other videos, some people are saying that he's still lying to protect Nicole, and so that people feel sorry for him. Lots of people saying the girls were still killed at home. I'm not sure.
Well, now we're sure.
Yeah, I don't believe that at all. I
Yeah.
don't. A lot of people want to have like conspiracy theories, I think, about Nicole Kessinger, and I don't know. I just don't believe it. I'd be really shocked if something more came out about her. But no, I don't think they were killed at home. Again, why would he come up with the most heinous thoughts about their death if they were killed at home? That would have been, if there's a better way to do it, I mean, that maybe would have been the better way in their sleep at least. So no, I believe that he killed them there. Do you have any idea how long HIV/AIDS can live without medication? I had
Some people
IBS
live
for 10
forever.
years. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Oh yeah, something I wanted to clear up. Somebody said how HIV can lay dormant for like 7 to 10 years, and I think they're confused, thinking that it wouldn't show up on a test in 7 to 10 years. That is not the case. It would show up on a test. It doesn't always mean that people are going to have symptoms in 7 to 10 years. And basically what they're saying is they don't understand how I had AIDS in less than 3 years. And so you can go without symptoms, or you can basically go 7 to 10 years without AIDS. But also you can end up with AIDS in less than 3 years, like I did. And we don't know why that happens. It's just, some people's bodies react to the virus differently. And so, but really, if you contract HIV, it's going to show up on a test from the time of exposure, either 2 weeks to 12 weeks after, for sure. So even though it may lay dormant, so to speak, for 7 to 10 years, and you don't end up with AIDS, that doesn't mean it wouldn't show up positive on a test. It would show up positive on a test. It could lay dormant and not do much to you. That is possible, but it's definitely going to show up on a test as positive, without a doubt. Yeah, some people get that confused. There's a lot of confusion, for sure.
We're reading comments.
Yeah.
So whatever you want to ask,
Why would
we're reading.
say?
Well, we're trying to read all comments. It's almost impossible because there's so many.
Tammy is a real pro. She is manipulating him, but I still feel that some of that sounded like nervous laughter way more than the first time, but maybe that was all part of her scheme. I don't know. Could be. Tam and Grammy. There we go. That's what that's.
Tam and Graham.
And investigators in general, when trying to figure out a suspect, should talk to their teachers. The insight they have is sometimes more than their own family. Yes, how do you read these? What? Read what? Our comments? We're just reading them straight off my computer. That's what they're talking about.
Somebody asked about our teeth.
How do I feel now? Perfect. I'm fine. Oh, do we have, what about our teeth?
It's the original Brian C. Yes, I had my teeth whitened about, what, 5 or 6 years ago.
I whiten mine every once in a while, but it's been a couple of years and I drink coffee, so I don't know.
It's-
But I had braces. I had all that done a long time ago.
A good friend of mine, I had his teeth whitened. I was looking at it, like, it was always like kind of like whitened.
There you go.
And
Yeah.
I was looking at it, like, wow, this looks so good. I want that. So I went to my dentist.
But no braces.
Never had any
It's
braces.
really nice teeth. You do have really nice teeth. Oh, how can you keep up with them all? With what? The comments? I don't know if she's talking about the
Yeah,
comments on
true.
my-
Yeah, it's the comments. It's impossible.
On my channel?
I try
I
to
can't-
read all of them, but it's impossible to like answer.
I don't know if she means on here or on my channel. On my channel, I cannot. I just have to
channel,
I
like-
used to try to answer everybody and now I can't. It's overwhelming.
Jennifer spends most of her day answering and looking at comments on all her channels. The channel, and on Instagram. That's
Yeah.
what I feel she's doing all day. And I think
I
I'm
do it
pretty
a
much
lot.
right. Like,
My job
she's-
could seriously, the YouTube thing could be full time, but I can't do it yet. It's not financially anywhere near to where I could be like home full time, but it does take up so much of my time. It does. Would it show up if you gave blood? Yeah, because they would test for the antibody. So the antibody test, well, okay, so let's say they weren't testing for the antibody. I was in some strange country and they didn't have an antibody test, but they had a very, or they, maybe in a, well, I don't know, like in the US, we have a very sensitive test that tests for anything. Basically, we go with the, anything under 20 is considered undetectable. So if you have a 21, they say you're not undetectable. Although for U equals U sake, you are still undetectable and not a threat in any way. But anyways, if let's say I just had the test, the blood test, looking for the virus, I would look like I did not have HIV. If that answers your question, yes, it would look negative. But there's the antibody test is always done, and I'm positive for that because I will always have the antibody for HIV. So if that's clear, I hope that makes it more clear how little of the virus is actually present in my body. It's laying dormant, it's barely there, and it's well, not really, I don't feel any effect of it.
There's this CC asking, like, can you get HIV from somebody that's undetectable?
No, you cannot. No, when that's U equals U, undetectable equals untransmittable. When people are undetectable, they can no longer transmit the virus, and that goes for any kind of sex. That's anal sex. That's men having sex with men. They cannot transmit the
You
virus.
would have, like,
They could be bleeding.
she could,
I could be-
like, I could have her blood and like cut myself and took her blood, put it in me,
Nothing will happen.
and I wouldn't catch shit because the
Wouldn't.
virus would not be in there.
No.
It would.
It's not in my blood anymore. My doctor said to me, when you're undetectable, it's not even in your blood anymore. So it's still considered incredibly low risk to transmit it when you're undetectable to a child through, I want to say childbirth, through breastfeeding. Through childbirth, it's not going to happen, but through breastfeeding, they still haven't done the studies enough to be confident enough to say that it can't happen. But I believe the chances are like really, really low, like 1% or something of possibly that would happen. It's very, very low, but it's not considered part of the U equals U campaign. This is just speaking about sex only. And yeah, it's an amazing thing. The science has been there for 10 years, but like they say, science doesn't have a publicist. This information basically sat there and nobody talked about it. And it wasn't until Bruce Richmond was at a conference one day and this information was brought to him, and he literally stood up in a crowd of people at a conference and he says, why the hell isn't anybody talking about this? Could be saving lives. Like, people are killing themselves thinking that they're going to transmit the virus. Why aren't doctors telling patients that they're not going to transmit the virus to their significant other if they're taking their medication? This is actually this will get people to test. This will get people to continue to stay on treatment and in care, which is better for them anyway because their virus is suppressed and it's not affecting their body. And then you don't have all these other issues. So there was so many great reasons to talk about U equals U, and he did it, and he moved forward with it, like literally right around the time that I was diagnosed. It was really crazy, the timing about when U equals U was born and when he started moving forward with it. I spoke to him around the end of 2016. That was my first talk with Bruce and getting involved in the campaign, and it's an amazing thing to be a part of. I'm very proud of it. Thank God for Bruce. Totally. Yeah. And I know
Bruce
that
the man.
he's the man, and I know if anybody knows Brady Dale Morris, he's on Facebook. He was in that audience with Bruce that day, and he heard that, and he was fully inspired, and he's on the U equals U steering committee with me. He's done so many amazing things in Nashville. Thank you, David. A lot of people are seeing my story for the first time today. I watched a little bit of my video today when I was getting my oil change, because I don't watch it like a lot or anything, and so I decided to kind of look through it again. Hi, Miss Dog Lover. And she's here with
What's
her.
the little wrench?
That's her wrench. She's freaking in charge.
Yeah, you're like,
She's
use
a
that
moderator.
wrench.
She's the only one. No Lori M today. Just you, girl. So anyway, yeah, I was watching some of it, and I'm like, I like what I did. It was hard. I watched that. I put that thing together, and I cried a lot while I made it. I didn't cry after I was diagnosed. I cried during the making of that, knowing what I'd been through and where I came out and where I was going after that, and how things were just, it was all such a kind of a crazy, amazing experience. Very hard, but worth it in the end for where I've been able to take this. So I'm really thankful and lucky. It's a really weird thing to say when you have HIV. A lot of people wouldn't think that, but a lot of people really turn their health around when they're diagnosed, because you have to see the doctor every 3 months. So I've heard that a lot too. A lot of people are like grateful that they got it because it made them wake up and go, I shouldn't be doing drugs anymore. I shouldn't be drinking anymore. I shouldn't be not seeing my doctor. We've got teenagers coming in really quick here. Hi, Ricky. Hi, Richard L. Oh, you're saying hi to Kelly. Hi, anyway. I'm sobbing for
Where's
you.
Vaughn?
Oh, thank you, Chi Mama. Hi, girls. Hello.
Hi, girls.
Hi, girls.
Hi.
Hi.
You're gonna have to sign a piece of paper saying that you're on my YouTube live.
And
Don't want to get
waiver.
anybody in trouble. Yeah, waiver. I'm kidding. Why did Cece and Bella say it stinks daddy in the car? Oh yeah, Kevin, I saw that earlier. I don't know. He didn't seem to know.
You didn't. I heard that. You
It's-
didn't know, but apparently, like the body just releases smells when it's.
She could.
Yeah,
She
it's
could.
possible.
Well, he didn't think so, but she definitely could have evacuated. I mean, they were sort of hinting
He
at that.
probably
He didn't
was
think
in
so.
such a state of mind that he didn't smell anything. It was
He
just
said
like,
no, but well, actually, she did have a G-string on, so that could have been the issue. I don't know. He said he didn't think so, but hold on. I'm positive, just like her. I take medication just like her. We are both undetectable, and thanks to her, she's the reason I'm taking my medication. Yeah, yeah. Kevin reached out to me, and he had not been taking his medication. He wasn't doing well, and I was like, dude, I'm freaking gonna kill you. Go to the doctor, get on your freaking medication, and start taking it every day, and you're gonna feel better and fine and normal. And he did, and now he's undetectable. It didn't take long. It really doesn't. It doesn't take long. I'm so proud of him, and so now he thinks I'm his mom. I'm his second mom. He has a real mom. I don't want to say I'm your mom because you have a mom, but he calls me his mom, and it's really sweet. Long time never prep here. Oh, Kevin, prep, good, awesome. Keep it up. As long as I'm assuming you're not a hetero male, because then that wouldn't make much sense. But if you are a gay man, then that makes so much sense. Do you plan to get married? I don't think so. We don't talk about it.
we don't talk about
I've
it.
been married, and I'm like not like it's that.
We
I did
avoid
that.
the conversation.
Yes, you guys are making us very uncomfortable. No,
Awkward moment.
I've been married. It's like I've been down that road and done all that. I'm just, I don't know. I don't need a piece of paper to tell me that I love him, and I know he loves me.
True.
Yeah. I mean, if we need to get you in the country, we'll see what we have to do. But there will not be a ceremony.
We'll just go to the small chapel.
Yeah.
We'll go live for you guys.
True. It's Mr. Don. It's a little rude. It's okay. That happens every single live. Somebody asks that. It's totally funny.
I feel like I've seen that question a lot.
It has come up before. Of course, people love love.
We all love love. Let's take a vote, Lo. Which name would sound better, Eric Vaughn?
Okay, well, we don't want him to
Oh,
have that.
no name change, that's for sure.
I know. I use shampoo for, I shouldn't say this, but I do use it for a lot of like different passwords and stuff. Not just shampoo. There's a lot, there's other things added to it to make it more complicated. But yeah,
You might add a 0 at the end or
it
something.
makes me feel close to you.
Spring. Where's spring? We want to see
Okay.
it.
Good, Kevin.
Where is it?
I got your negative and
Let
bye.
be an egg prep. Yeah, Kevin.
Oh, thanks, Jennifer. Was what rude?
To ask
That's-
about the
no.
wedding.
No. I would ask that. I'd be curious. Quebec ladies don't even change their last name typically, right? And I hear Eric tells me in Canada, like being married isn't like I feel in the US it's such a big thing. Like you gotta have the wedding and the big dress and the big ceremony. But he says in Canada that's like
I don't
there's
feel
not
like
that.
it's this way at all.
Yeah, there's not this big thing. Oh, hi. Is it Kara? Well, you can't tell me, obviously. I'm gonna say Kara. Kara, Howard. Nice to meet you too. Hi, Misty. His last name is Shampoo. Just like the stuff you
Shampoo.
put in your hair. Oh, shampoo. It is.
Well,
You say shampoo?
no, I say shampoo, but
All right.
I suppose you can say shampoo or
I
shampoo.
say
Shampoo.
I say shampoo.
Shampoo.
I guess I don't say it.
Well, if you read it out loud, if you look at the word and you read it out loud, it said, how do you read it? You say cha, you would say shampoo.
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 Shampoos.
Shampoo. We wouldn't say the X, we'd say shampoo though, I think. But shampoo. How do you say it again? Say it in French.
Shampoo. Weddings are still big in Canada, not so much in Quebec. True.
How long?
I'm a total fan.
I'm reading diarrhea. I don't know what
You
I'm
know,
reading about.
there's something about Tim Hortons that's so like,
He loves it.
yeah, you see a Tim Hortons, you gotta go. You just gotta go.
Yeah,
Get
yeah.
a coffee.
He always
and
goes
it's
to Timmy's.
we go there like with my guys and we meet there. We have meetings. We just let's just meet at Tim Hortons before work and and everybody goes and buys coffee or during the break and it's the place to go. It's like there's something
can't see
about
you
it.
well enough. There we go.
Something about it, definitely.
I like their little those little donuts they have. What are those called? Timbits?
Timbits.
Yeah.
Tim Hortons is like
The mail
is
and
becoming
the
like you
mall
see
in
them in
Vancouver.
Michigan. It's like some of the states like around the Great Lakes.
Yeah.
You don't see any in New York State or Vermont or Maine.
Bin CB, it's 5 a.m. in Germany. Hey there.
Well, would you say Gute Nacht, 5 a.m. Guten Morgen. Guten Morgen, Binzi. Binzi B.
We decided not to eat chocolate tonight because we realized how disgusting that was, and we got some comments that they didn't like us eating chocolate. We didn't realize how gross that was.
We're
Well,
totally,
it was me. I don't think you were. I think I was.
I was at
smacked.
it. I wanted like to have chocolate, and I bought chocolate because this is the condition for the live.
I was like smacking the oh my god, it was so bad. I was like, it sounded like a cow. It's awful. I did want to read something really quick. This was The Life, who I've kind of written to her through YouTube, and she wrote this to me. This is going back to Chris Watts. I found this interesting. She says, I have been a domestic violence victim, and I have been strangled before. 1 minute his hands were coming toward me, and the next I was waking up in seizures. He hadn't meant to kill me, and that made him stop. My point is, if you grab certain parts of the neck, unconsciousness can be instantaneous. I believe he went after she says, I believe he went after her with such force so quickly that she didn't have time to fight. It happened to me that way. All I can say is I didn't see it coming. I'm not saying that means it was premeditated, but in that moment when he snapped or whatever, I think he overpowered and subdued Shanann very quickly by going for the neck. So, I was kind of trying to say that in my Shadows video with Steve-O and showing that method of holding the neck. Yeah, apparently. And even Graham had said that, you know, that it can happen really quickly, and maybe he wasn't aware of it. I don't know. We don't smoke, no. Never have. Why did someone ask that? I always wonder why that comes up. Something else came up today.
Because a lot of people do smoke, but we don't.
No.
And sometimes I just see somebody or like a young kid, and he just crosses me, and I smell the weed on his skin or on his clothing, and I'm thinking, my God, like really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
we both grew up with our parents smoking too, right?
yeah.
You know, everybody smoked in my family. We had tons of smokers. Everybody smoked.
Well, I think the question was about marijuana. Do we smoke marijuana? We tried it when we were kids, and I didn't like it. I tried it, and not for me.
You were just a kid?
Well, was it in my 20s maybe?
I think I've done it in my 40s. You haven't done it in your 40s?
Yes.
You have? Yes, you have.
Yes, I was sick.
That's right.
I went out with my boy. We
That's
had
right.
this cake with.
It was a brownie.
I went totally
Poor Eric, you got so sick.
I got sick.
Your friends brought it, like you guys were like teenagers.
Bad.
You tried it and it got you sick.
No, it's not for me.
Yeah, we're not into it. And let's see, I know this sounds, Kevin says, dumb. Nothing sounds dumb, maybe, but it's kind of a blessing that I got HIV. Right? See, a lot of people feel that way because of all the information I've learned. Where if I wasn't positive, I'd never know. And also the people I found and met. Right, and there's a community out there, and you're going to teach people, and you're going to break stigma too, Kevin. So, for sure. Yeah, a lot of people feel that way. They feel like I think it's also because you get the diagnosis and you think it's the worst thing that could happen to you, and then you realize that your life is just going to go on very normally, and you're like, there's some relief in that, and then you're like, oh, okay, like, I can make something positive out of this. This doesn't have to be horrible, because it's not. You know? Are you going to watch Shanann's parents on Dr. Phil? Yes, for sure. Definitely. And I thought I'd heard that somebody wrote on my channel that I'm not remembering her first name.
What is that thing?
It's on Monday. It's on Monday. That the mom had said that they still loved Chris. And I can't remember. Oh, are we having wine?
Yes, we are. That's allowed, right?
Absolutely.
So the parents are like they still love him.
Well, somebody wrote that. I can't
it's
confirm
amazing.
it. I can't confirm it. But
that's totally proof of like they can let go, and like
I think
if you can,
in order to heal, I think that's the only thing you can do, is to forgive that person and still have
you can forgive something like that, you're a higher being somehow.
Well, you have to remember that person that they knew, they loved him. So, you know, they don't want, it's not the same as the Watts family. Of course, they love him because that's their son. But they had loved Chris as a son, and I'm sure it's very hard. There's almost a death in him being gone too, and they still could have him. So I don't know. Who knows what will happen, if he will be part of their life in any way. Poutine is great. That's so funny. Eric's son loves poutine, but Eric thinks it's disgusting.
Can't stand it. I remember going to school when I was a kid, and we had lunchtime around 10 o'clock in the morning because we were going to school so early. We'd finish at 1, and people that were having poutine in the morning at 10, I felt like it was so weird.
Someone says you sound like Bruce Willis. Mr. Don says you sound like, maybe your voice sounds like...
Do I sound like Bruce Willis?
I don't know. I'd have to like watch
Bruce Willis.
Sante. Gary says, my ex is a horrible person.
They all are.
They are. They're the worst. I know some people, oh, look at Annie put little wine glasses. How cute.
Yeah, Annie.
Yeah, some people, yeah, I'm not mad at them. Somebody wrote to me today and said, oh my God, you just want to kill him? What are your thoughts? It was kind of like I was so sick when I found out. Hi, Rai Rai.
What's it? Oh, it's...
But I was too sick to be mad. It was more like, are you kidding me? Like, you knew and didn't call me? Like, dude, I'm really freaking sick. But there was no point in like being mad at him because there was nothing I could do. I had to like get better on my own. Getting mad at him wasn't gonna make me any better, basically, if that makes sense. Oh, he is definitely cuter than Bruce Willis. Definitely.
Mom, do you have any sponges?
No, and you don't need to take mine either. Someone's going for
Sponges.
breakfast. Thanks for the response. Did I respond? I don't know. I don't remember responding to Salmon Moody. Maybe you did.
So am I. So
Richard, what are you saying really too? Paula, I don't know. Maybe you guys are having
Okay,
a separate
they're
conversation.
from Europe.
Okay. Oh, Kevin had an uncle who died of it. That's why my mom feared for me so much. And of course, also, she had a reason to fear for you, Kevin. You needed to be taking your medication.
The last Boy Scout with Bruce Willis. We'll watch and we'll close our eyes.
Thank you, Jorge or George. I always do that when I have, because a lot of the kids I teach are Spanish speaking and have Spanish names, and I always say when I'm taking attendance when it's Jorg, Jorge or George. I usually just say that. And they look at me weird. Oh, they have a poutine restaurant in Cologne, Germany.
In Köln, Germany.
Cologne.
I was in Cologne.
You were?
Yes.
Is that near where
Because
you
I
live?
lived like a couple of years in Münster. BNCB, do you know Münster? It's about like 2 hours north of Cologne.
There's no snow here. I'm by the ocean. I'm about 3 hours from the snow.
Michigan's got
yeah.
snow. Spring is
Yeah.
nowhere to be found.
I don't think he did it during sex. Eric and I are still shocked that they had sex. Like, that was very
I don't understand why
strange.
after like you kind of like emptied yourself into somebody and then you like kind of think about killing that person. That makes it weird. That's like something snapped.
Well,
I think she
it's
told
weird
him
that they even had sex.
she probably told him afterwards like he's never gonna see his family ever again. So I don't know why she would say that even after.
Hold on really quick. We're going back and forth here.
Yeah,
Hey,
there's-
Happy says there's a yummy Quebec treat where you pour hot maple syrup on snow and roll it with a popsicle stick and enjoy it like a lollipop. Look at my HIV/AIDS story and pictures. There's a picture of me eating one of those. He took me to downtown Montreal.
Old Montreal,
and
downtown.
we did that.
We had like
He's like, you just watch and see. I had no idea what I was waiting for. And then I watched them pour the maple syrup and I got to roll it up on my little popsicle stick. It was freaking cold.
when I was a
that
kid,
day.
we would have like that and ice cream cone. Like, oh my god, that was like the best.
But I was gonna say,
Maple syrup and ice cream cone, like when it's still kind of warm and thick. Oh,
I didn't get why they had sex because he said he wasn't in love with her anymore and he was already sleeping in the basement for that week. And even though she was gone for a few of those days, that whole week was kind of like weird. But anyways, I don't know how, if he was.
maybe she
if
kind
he
of wanted
knew-
to give him like that last thing and then tell him about
But if
what's
he
gonna
was
happen. And then
so into Nicole Kessinger, this woman he was having an affair with, I wouldn't have thought that he would have had sex with his wife. Because then he's kind of cheating on Nicole Kessinger. You know, I don't know. Like, that was a weird thing for me.
Yeah,
and
he
he kind of
cheated on
talked.
Nic-
He kind of talked about it like, well, yeah. I mean, she rubbed my leg, so like I went for it. Or I mean, he didn't say that, but it was kind of that
I
assumption.
guess for
that,
men, it's that simple. It's
that
kind of
could be
like,
that
yeah.
true. True,
But-
could be that too.
But for her, it wasn't because she knew everything was going wrong. She knew everything was not going good.
Yeah, she'd been, and not only that, he said prior to that, they had been arguing and she had had makeup, mascara down her face. No, wait. No, that was after. Wait, that's right, that was after. Because she crawled into bed and he was asleep and she woke him up and touched him. That's right. And then they had sex. And then the fighting happened and the mascara. He went down, went back to sleep, got up, made the breakfast, and then came back up and sat on her. Like, I don't get that at all. I know, and that's where everybody will say, well, that's because he's lying. Well, maybe he is. I don't know. I don't know. Just very windy and rainy in London and England. It was very windy and rainy and cold here, too. And yeah, it's pretty shocking. Everyone's saying that. Like, why didn't Grammy and Tam bring up the doll thing? Like, why didn't they do that? They should have
It's
talked
something
about
that
it all.
happens months, like a month or months before, and that has nothing to do with the whole thing. It's just a
No, it wasn't months and months. Well,
Like,
it was like
I.
a few weeks before. He was totally
They
in.
could have asked because it's definitely.
No,
It
wait.
would
No,
Tell
no.
about
It was the week before.
premeditation.
It was the week before. He was just watching the girls
A
because
lot of
she had
people
been in
ask
North
about it.
Carolina. No, it was like the week. It was like the week before she died. I think it was the 9th. Why do I feel like it was the 9th? She died on the 13th, and I feel like it was the 9th. It was 4 days before.
Oh.
Yeah, it was
so-
right before. It was right before.
Huh.
That's why everybody feels like it was related. Yeah. Let's see. My kids are Dutch. Oh, I see the word Holland. They're Richard and
Born
Paula
in
are
Holland,
having a little conversation.
Live in France.
JC says, thanks CW said if Shanann wanted it, she got it. Regarding the intimacy, most men would probably do that.
She
Yeah.
she
also said
was
that
the
she was
one
testing
taking
him.
all the decisions, even the sex one in their couple.
Yeah, he did
So
say
he was
that
just like a.
he thought she was testing him. Yeah, I did hear him say that also. Well, I guess he passed the test. I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to me, Chris W.
The thing about wearing a bra during sex, I don't see any problem with that. Really, I don't see that as a.
That's a big deal.
No.
The more I learn about the case, it seems to me he had already made up his mind and was going to kill them all that day. I still don't. The girls, I mean, we'll never know because he's, people don't feel like he's definitely being truthful enough in the interview. But what I took away from it, I felt like it was really, he was being honest, and I didn't think that he was going to kill the girls. But it sounded like he was running on like he didn't really know what he was doing in those moments, and he just grabbed them because they were awake and put them in the truck. But now they're witnesses. That's part of it. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Did they even ask? No, they said, were you thinking that you were even going to do it? Were you going to kill them? And he said he didn't want to. Didn't he say he didn't want to? I don't know. I listened to this all was it yesterday? 2 days ago. I don't have all
Yeah.
the details written down. I don't wear a bra. Oh, God, I don't want my kids to watch this. I don't wear a bra, no. Did I just divulge too much information? It's just,
So there's nothing wrong about wearing a bra
Yeah.
during sex. It's
no.
not.
There is a troll on here, says Monica. I don't know who it is. Dawn says, I remember going to Shanann's Facebook page and seeing that doll picture. Problem wearing a bra during sex or putting knickers back on afterwards. Oh, okay, so everyone's basically thinking if she had a bra, and then this is not, they weren't having sex. Couldn't they check for semen? I mean, I think
they
at this
couldn't?
point, it doesn't really matter. I know we all want to know, but I think at this point, the FBI and everybody's just going to be like, he said he's guilty. He said he did it. He's clarified this. When and how it happened exactly, we may never know. I mean, I think what he's given us.
We
some
already
are-
know way more than we should because he accepted to go. What?
No, I don't. I just was wondering where
We're
our
not.
heads were cut off. We're
Okay.
not. Okay, never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, well, I think we're already super lucky to have had this
Second
this
interview.
extra 5 hours of him talking about everything. But yeah.
Thank you, Tam and Grammy. Amazing.
Tammy and Grammy, yes.
We're
There's
so thankful
something
for them.
very annoying during the she laughed and there's somebody sniffing. You hear that? And there's a background noise that's
There's a constant hum in the background. This.
yeah, like a light or like a bad light.
Air
like those-
conditioning. Oh,
or,
like a neon light.
A neon
yeah.
light. It just.
Yeah. I kept hearing that humming sound too. It was annoying.
We're talking about Chris Watts' case.
When will the Chris Watts case be put to rest? Probably not for a very, very long time. People don't stop talking about true crime, and this is really current. So, yeah, it'll probably go on. Conspiracy theories forever. I think there's gonna be a lot to say about it. People are gonna keep talking about it.
Are we moving the
It sounded
clocks?
like Tammy was chewing gum. Wow.
Yeah, Tammy was like laughing, giggling, sniffing.
From all the videos, okay, 5 more minutes and then we're gonna go. From all the videos that they have shown on Shan over these months, she reminded me so much of Kate Goslin. Oh, interesting. John and Kate plus 8. Oh, wow. What a great analogy.
He does comment about doing the
See that?
lives for her and doing like the videos. He didn't like it.
That's funny, Kate Goslin. Boy, you nailed it with that. I did definitely see that too. Wow. You don't know her. Sorry,
No,
you're
what
not
happened?
You're not in on this. She's just reminds her of a reality TV star, Kate Goslin. It was John
Okay.
and Kate plus 8. She was a mom of like 8 kids. She had twins, and then they wanted to have one more, and they had 6. They had sextuplets, and then
Oh,
she
wow.
ran the show basically. And you know, they walked around and videotaped her in her house. This is before we could do Facebook Lives and stuff. But anyways, she was a very controlling. She is very controlling, and her house was run like a tight ship. What is that noise? I feel like I hear something. Anyways, yeah, very tight ship, and she ended up in divorce. Her husband didn't. I don't know what's happened with poor John. Let's see.
Kate Goslin is a freak. Chris didn't
It's
like
gross
being.
as hell.
Chris didn't like it. He didn't like being controlled. He
didn't. He
just
said
had.
that.
It was his first girlfriend. He didn't know, and Nicole opened his mind about
Look
what
at-
a real
Here, you
woman
can answer
are.
this. Run, man, run for your life. It's dangerous. Who? I'm dangerous to him?
Oni Cage.
He doesn't know what he's talking
This is
about.
dangerous.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
You were
I saw it.
deleted, Oni.
Yeah. No, she deleted it. She's
Yeah,
modern.
You're out.
Yeah.
Oni Cage troll.
Do you think I'm dangerous?
She's so dangerous.
So dangerous. He's constantly worried. John is a bartender now. Oh, I hope he gets to see his kids. Some. I don't have cable, so I don't even know how old all of them are. The last I'd heard, one of them was like away at some school, and they weren't really talking about it. It was really weird, and
What kind
one of the boys kind of
Are we
mind
still?
yelled.
Oh, we're having the.
Barefoot.
Well, it's the other way around, but it says barefoot rich red blend.
Yeah.
It's
He has
it's
custody of one
it's
or
a-
2? Wow. I
it's-
didn't know that.
it's cheap wine.
Tammy seemed like she was a new interrogator. It was a different, her approach to him was definitely different the second time around. No doubt. I mean, she seemed kind of joking with him when he didn't pass the lie detector. It was almost like, yeah, thanks, dude. You just made this super easy for us. She was
Yeah.
kind of laughing about it, but,
Yeah.
yeah, again, I don't know. I mean, it could be the plan that they use to keep him really comfortable, and I don't think you have to do much to make Chris comfortable. I mean, the guy is pretty comfortable. I mean, even when they're like really interrogating him, he still seemed kind of comfortable. So, yeah, somebody, I think True Crime Loser was saying that this is probably the perfect kind of place for him. Like, he said he was like, he's pretty happy with his lunch, his mac and cheese and his roll and his milk, and it's kind of like I said before. I don't know what people get so pissed at what I say, but it's all sort of pathetic. But maybe it is kind of. Why don't people get pissed at him when he says that? People get pissed at whatever I say, but it is kind of pathetic. It's like, but maybe it's kind of a good place for Chris. Just be in
Well,
jail.
there's
and
probably
you've
the
got a
only
good
place
little
he
routine
can be
for him,
alive
and-
right now. He would make it
murdered.
in the.
No.
No, he's got to stay there. What kind of work do I do? I'm a contractor, excavation work. We repair a foundation, cracks.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
When I asked Eric what he did when I first met him, he said he fixes French drains.
Yeah.
And I said, oh my God, you're so French. And he goes, but I'm not, I'm Canadian. And I'm like, but you speak French and you fix French drains. Aren't you French? It didn't make sense to me.
French drain comes from the
Oh,
guy's
someone's last name.
Yeah,
Which is all, like,
I think it was
even-
Henry French.
Which is even
He
funnier.
invented like agricultural drainage.
Do I think he should be let out on the grounds of temporary insanity? He was possessed for the split moment, but he overall is a good guy to an extent. No. He murdered his family. No, he should not be let out.
Yeah, that guy would walk
No.
free for half an hour and be
No.
dead. Can you
well,
sing a song
not even
together?
that. He doesn't deserve to be out. No.
I see a little silhouette of a man.
I don't sing. Are you kidding?
She
I'm not
doesn't sing.
doing
I
that.
do.
No way.
I love singing.
He lost his mind. Are you trying to like mass crusader? You're trying to like get me to say something so that everyone will get mad at me. No, I'm not saying that. I don't have Hulu, Annie. I used to have it, but I don't anymore. Good night, Kevin. Thank you for the $5. So sweet. CW is comfy being in jail. Yeah, like doesn't seem to be bothered by any of it. It's like,
no.
Yep, it's fine.
Because what is he waiting for? He doesn't have anything to look forward to when he goes out of there. That's his new life.
Yeah.
It's just
I
there's
think
nothing
it's funny
for
when
him on.
I didn't call him a lizard. That's what True Crime Loser calls him. I've laughed about that he calls him lizard face. It was a kind of a funny analogy, but no, I didn't come up with that. I didn't key that term or coin that term. That was him. We don't know that he's a good guy. People only think he's so based on what we know.
You wanted to talk to Nicole. You never got to talk to her after?
We don't think so.
No.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Favorite TV season?
In the warm months, yeah. Favorite TV seasons? I don't have TV seasons. I don't watch TV anymore. I'm a YouTube kind of person, so I just watch YouTube. And that's pretty much it. We don't turn the TV on unless it's like the Oscars. I watch that, but that was through bunny ears. Can I be blunt? Of course, Richard, but my moderators might block your message. I don't know. But I don't care. I get everything, so. I was surprised that he's not kept away from other prisoners in Wisconsin, too. What's up with that? Yeah, don't block it. Whatever Richard L. writes, I want to see what he writes. Let's see what Richard writes, and then we're going to go. Oh, or Richard, were you talking to Paula?
It's kind of teasing when you see a message that was deleted by a moderator. You kind of want to see what was written.
Kind of, I know.
But
we can view it.
Like you kind of see it, but then
look.
Oh yeah.
Oh, JK said you're disgusting.
Yeah, we can be really, really disgusting.
That's why they want to block it. Thank you for
Yeah.
blocking that. That wasn't very nice. Let's see. I don't know if he was. I think Richard and Paula are hiding.
Thank you, Miss Doug Lover.
They need to go. They need to give each other their information so they can have their own private chat somewhere else.
Yes.
You're protecting me. Oh, I know. No, it's fine. I get it. I see all the bad stuff on my channel. Believe me, I'm deleting comments and
there's so
blocking
much
people
bad
all the
stuff
time.
going around YouTube. Not only on her channel, on a lot of people's
people
channel.
are
A lot
awful.
of people give up on YouTube doing YouTube videos because there's so much bad. Because people can say whatever they want, and without consequences.
Yep. And I just wanted to thank.
And there's like people threatening, like real threats.
Yeah, it's awful.
And real bad stuff going on. Like.
Thank you, Kara or Kara. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. How about Twitter? I don't do Twitter.
We don't do Twitter, but I bet there is.
How did she
integrate herself
integrate.
to you? Who? We all wanted to be
ingratiated. I don't even know what that means.
Is that a word?
I don't know how to understand it. Totally, Miss Dog Lover. People should be keeping it positive on here. It's really absolutely rude to go into a live and say something shitty to the person who's doing the live. But I know that it happens for sure. I see it when I watch other people's lives. But it's part of YouTube, unfortunately, because YouTube's so anonymous.
Exactly, Mr. Don. I think it's the human contact that people want. They want to see other people. They feel that we're all together. And it's interesting because me and Jennifer, we have those conversations also, like about people that commented, like, and sometimes we feel like, who is this person?
How could they be that sad that they need to write something so horrible? And they felt good about that after, like they put send after and said something so.
I always say, like, if somebody writes something bad, it's their own. Like, I feel like they have something going in their lives that's not going well in their lives, that they need to put it on you. It's like,
Yeah.
they're definitely, their life is not going well.
Yeah.
If they want to write something bad to me, they don't even know me.
Yeah. Freedom of speech when it comes to insulting. That's yeah, totally, for sure. Sometimes though, the comment might sound insulting, but they really are
They
just
didn't mean it
they
that
didn't
way.
mean it that way, and they did. But you can tell. But you know, they might be confused about HIV, and they might ask a question that seems like it might be insulting, but it could just be really a lack of education. Sometimes that is the case.
There's a lot of bad people that don't know English really well, and they just write whatever they think fits, but it just sounds weird, or
Yeah.
it just feels like it's an insult, but it's not.
I just want to say hi to all the new people that have
Hello.
recently subscribed to my channel because, like I said, YouTube's pushing my HIV/AIDS story and pictures big time right now, and I'm getting a lot of new subscribers because of it. And I know there's people that are here for Chris Watts as well. I know it's probably more 75% from the story, but hi to everybody, and thank you all for subscribing to my channel. It's really nice. And yeah, you look at my channel. I've got lots and lots of videos that talk about my story and talk about this guy and what's happened since I put out that video. Because a lot has happened. A lot has happened in my life, and it's been a pretty amazing and crazy journey. So, thanks for supporting me. What do you think? Should we wrap it up? My arm is driving me crazy.
She's in pain.
Yeah, my neck's
And
messed up.
yeah, it's been fun.
It has.
Let's just wrap it.
Let's wrap it up. All right, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, give me
So
a
much
kiss.
fun.
Give me a kiss. Were you going for another one?
Oh, well.